So if you've watched my content for any considerable amount of time, you would know that I tend to criticize EA quite a bit. I feel like they can always be better and put out a better product. And I also really don't tend to be hyped up for trailers. Obviously, whoever it is, whether it's a movie, TV show, video game, they can show you what they want to show you. But I have to admit, EA's impressed me with this one. Now, I'll be breaking down this trailer pretty quickly. I'm going to cut out a lot of filler, no offense EA, but make sure to go check out the full trailer. Click on the annotation above to do so. Now, when watching a trailer, I think most people tend to just skip right towards actual gameplay, but it is interesting what they say here in the opening about no two legacies being alike, which would indicate to me, again, as they go on to show in this trailer, a better level of customization, but also focusing on multiple aspects, game modes, and individual players, at least when you're talking about EA SHL as far as skaters and goalies. Now, seeing as it's a first trailer, I'd like to think nobody expected any gameplay footage, but of course some people did. But what we did get, this little clip, is a godsend for defenders in this game. EA reintroducing physical battles in front of the net can be a true game changer if implemented correctly. I say that because we all know the old system on previous gen was a little bit wonky, especially in terms of AI defenders being able to essentially pull you in as if they had their own gravitational pull. If they're able to hammer out the animations and it has a natural, organic feel to it, this is going to be a massive, massive improvement for NHL 17. Next up, the goalies get a little bit of love as you see some mocap action. Again, the more animations they add in, the better. The second clip, you see a little bit of mapping underneath the goalie, and then of course, in the final, you see him working on post-hug animations. Now, as we replay these, what are the main talking points? Well, from the first one, of course, again, like I said, the more animations, the better. The more precise the mocap, the better for us goalies in this game. The second clip definitely has me intrigued as you see certain points mapped out underneath the goalie, and I imagine as you are playing, that modifies what save animations you will be seeing and how your goalie approaches. The last little thing of note is how the zones stop at the goal line. We all know how goalies really need to be improved in terms of their goal line awareness, so hopefully this isn't a main indicator. And of course the post-hugging animations, but as you see in the ending clip, they've added some new animations as well. So I'm excited to see what happens with goalie this year. They've been putting more work into the position than ever before. I'm excited for the changes. And as far as gameplay goes, pretty much the last thing we get is a couple of new celebration animations. Claude Giroux, Alex Ovechkin with the stick on fire, Joe Thornton flopping around, and Connor McDavid celebrating a hat trick with his teammates. Unfortunately, a lot of people look at this and say, oh, you could have showed more gameplay, but little things like this do add to the game, and again, it's the first trailer. Next up, and man, this is very surprising, but very welcomed. Obviously, if you poke around on my channel at all, you know I'm a big fan of the GM modes, and we are finally, from the looks of it, finally getting appropriate changes. Going back, as you see the grades, it's almost like we're back at NHL 04, NHL 05, or even MVP Baseball 2004-2005. Very, very welcomed changes. And look at every individual category as well, starting at arena operations budget, promotions budget, marketing budget. These are all things that used to be in the game with NHL 04. You now have an owner personality as well, which is great and can create a new challenge depending on what team you pick. And facility ratings, which of course will be upgradable, I am sure, hence why they are there. But it adds depth to a GM mode that desperately, desperately needs it. And I do look forward to seeing what other changes come about in terms of actually playing the GM mode, in terms of scouting primarily. And going the Madden route, you also now have the option for relocation, which is fantastic. Again, it gives you a little bit of information about each market. I can only help but wonder, though, how many Whaler fans are going to move the Hurricanes back to Hartford, or maybe not. Maybe they want nothing to do with the franchise, but a welcome change adding this to GM mode. The next bit of customization is fantastic. Now, whether this is just for GM mode or EASHL is a big thing. If it's for EASHL, people are going to flip their shit, and rightfully so, as not only are we getting Create a Team back with new logos, but we're also getting, from the looks of it, an arena editor. Now, how in-depth this editor is, who knows, but it's at least a welcome change once again. This is something people have been clamoring for a very long time, and I'll say, regardless of how in-depth it is, if it is tacked on, it'll be a little bit disappointing, but EA, bravo for listening to the community and getting this in game. And I can't help but point this out. A lot of people will be pissed at it. Oh, why would you waste time on this when it could be gameplay? People, let other people have nice things. We don't know what they've done with the gameplay yet. That information will obviously be coming along throughout the summer, so have a little bit of hope. For the Ultimate Team fans, we get this one little blip that has to do with coaches. As you can see by the face on that card, we're still getting the same coaches, but it's interesting that they're shaking up that system a little bit from all outward appearances. And the last thing to note is the inclusion of the World Cup of Hockey. Will this be a game-changing mode? Probably not. It's cool to see them added in, adds a little bit more to the game, but this is a mode people will play probably once to get the achievements and then they will forget about it. Unfortunately, much like the women's involvement in FIFA. But guys, that is it for my thoughts and recap on this first trailer. And again, I'm impressed. I was not expecting anywhere near the amount of information we had in this first trailer. I expected the entire thing to be like the opening couple of seconds with real life footage. Now, whether or not come September I am extremely disappointed or not, that remains to be seen, but EA has me excited for the next iteration of their game 5 months out from release, and for that, I say bravo. But guys, let me know what you thought of the trailer and the small amount of information we now have, and of course, again, make sure to go check out the full trailer with sound on EA's official YouTube channel. The annotation, of course, has been above for this entire video. Does this news get you excited for NHL 17, and what are you looking forward or hoping to see throughout the summer as we lead up to NHL 17? But that'll do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.